2025, and we'll call the North Township Board meeting to order with our member and veteran Richard Novak leading us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, roll call.
Roll call. Chairman Peter Kadick.
Here.
Board Secretary Lisa Salinas-Patanovich. Here. Board Member Rich Novak.
Here.
Trustee Adrian Santos.
Here.
Board Clerk Nicole Micah. Here. Financial Director Sue Tokars. North Township Attorney Kevin Smith.
Here.
Board Financial Consultant Steve Dalton. Here. Park Superintendent Dave Medina. Here. Kyle is not here, right? No. Okay. Park Superintendent is here. Golf Superintendent Kyle is not here. Dial-Ride Director is not here. Olivia Gonzalez.
Okay, before we start, this is our first meeting where we're officially being recorded by state statute and all. I just want to double check if we're okay with our staff folks. We're okay. Before we go into the adoption of the minutes of the June 10th, 2025 meeting, it's apparent that we have a newly appointed North Township attorney, so I'll yield to our trustee Adrian to make that introduction.
Yes, as you know, we've been going back and forth with different attorneys since Attorney Ron Stoljic is kind of semi-retired, and therefore we have Kevin Smith, Smith and Sursick law firm, and they will be representing the township from now on. And when Kevin is not present, he will definitely have an appointee here, kind of similar to our financial advisor. When Dalton's not here, we have Aaron, and we'll have either Steve or Kristen will be the other two that will be representing the township. So, welcome,
Okay.
Kevin.
Thank you very much.
Okay, on behalf of the board, welcome to as the township attorney.
Good to see you again, Cal.
We see each other all the time, so it's good to see you in this role. Okay, for the adoption of the minutes of June 10, 2025, I had an opportunity to review it and had a couple technical corrections that I gave to Nikki. Other than that, have my fellow members had an opportunity to review the minutes? If not, please do so now. If they have, then I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of June 10, 2025.
I make a motion to approve the adoption of the minutes.
Is there a second?
That, Mr. Chairman.
Hearing no discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Passes 3-0. Old business. I have no old business. Member Novak, do you have any old business?
Just ask trustee, how we doing with the money from, for the buses from the RDA and all that?
Good. In terms of what we get from the RDA, it's being appropriated. The gas money and all that is still there, so everything is functioning great. The only issue that I see that we have in terms of buses are the actual buses we own. Those are the buses that we utilize and that we move our work fare. And some of those buses are on their last leg. We can keep putting Band-Aids on them, but at the end of the day, those buses are on their last legs. I mean, they spend more time at the mechanics than they do out here, and that we utilize them. So they were buses that we used that we brought from RDA. They were part of the RDA package. We brought the township then, where it was Frank, or they brought those buses right out, so we own them, but they're older buses. Some of them, we just utilize them for work fare. We move them around, move grass cutters, and wherever they got to move stuff around, that's what we utilize them for. But yeah, we've had, I don't know, one's broke down for sure, and we've had the other one that it's hit or miss.
How many
But the
do we-
RDA buses themselves, they're good.
How many do we have?
Buses that are,
township buses?
Yeah. Three?
so at some point, I will be coming to the board or talking to the board. We are probably going to be looking at purchasing a used bus, nothing new, but something used that is more, that's not going to spend more time at the mechanics or the auto shop than here in the parking lot.
Sounds good.
Secretary Salinas-Patanovich, do you have any old business?
The only old business I have is I was kind of, I still am confused. Do we still own, or do we operate out of the Hessville office?
We still own the property. There is a tenant, and downstairs, we had the prosecutor's office on the second floor. The prosecutor's office vacated. They just up and left, didn't tell us. They just left, and I moved. We had one staff member there. Made no sense for me to have a staff member there with nobody going into that building. So the staff that we had in there, I brought them on over into our office, and now everything's being utilized. So the only thing that we utilize that building is for the tenant that we have in the basement, which is a staff source, and the upstairs, there's nothing that we do with that upstairs. Everything has been moved over. In the future, we'll be approaching the board members and asking opinions on what you guys would like to see done with that. Personally, I think we should sell it. I mean, we're sitting on a building that it has one tenant. We had the prosecutor's office, I think, he just up and left. Didn't say nothing. When I went over there and he's gone. So, and for whatever reason, and I didn't call him, I just figured they left. They didn't see a use or a need for the prosecutor to have a office there. So they took them back to the county, and now we just utilize it for a tenant downstairs. We used to have where we rented out the upstairs, but as you know, when you rent out halls, the chaos it caused in that community, we would get several complaints when I first came on, that they would rent the hall out, and I would get 100 complaints from the neighbors across the street and from the city of Hammond that we would be renting that out, and people would be throwing their beer bottles across the street, and then they would be complaining to the city of Hammond that, hey, you need to clean your lot up. And it's not that Hammond was dirtying the lot, it was the people that were utilizing our building that were parking over there that were dirtying the lot. So we stopped all that partying kind of rentals where you have, big parties and keggers and all that. We stopped that because we wanted to be, where the building is located, it's located in a residential area. And it's just not great to have a quinceañera or a wedding or a party there because it's amongst the residents and you take a parking and then trash. So we still do own it. In the future, I will be coming to the board and asking for your ideas and suggestions. Mine is to sell.
Trustee Santos, any old business?
No.
Are there any staff members present with any old business?
No.
Hearing none, we are now on new business. I have no new business. Member Novak, do you have any new business?
Not at this time. I got to do a little more research on something, and then I'll bring it up at a board meeting, but not at this point.
Okay. Secretary Lisa Salinas-Matovich, any new business?
No, I have not.
Trustee Santos, new business?
No, Mr. President.
Any staff members present with new business?
No.
No new business. It's going to be a brief meeting, it looks like. Okay. Is there any public comment? We don't see any members of the public present here. Is there any public comment? Is there any public comment? Is there any public comment? There is no public comment, and no members of the public are present here today. Okay. We're on number 7 regarding the adjournment, and the second Tuesday of August is August 12th. We on the same page on that one?
Yeah.
Before we adjourn, Monday, July 14 is Bastille Day, better known as veteran and member Richard Novak's birthday. So happy birthday to our member, Rich Novak.
Thank you, Pete. I'm trying to catch up to you.
We're being televised, so I'm going to exercise my right to remain silent.
Yeah.
And the Saturday following that is our member, Lisa Salinas-Matanovich's birthday.
Happy
So
birthday,
happy
Lise.
birthday to both of
Turning
my
65, might I add.
Medicare birthday.
Thank you. Yes, Pete.
So I and all of us wish the fellow board members a happy birthday in the days ahead, and many, many more. Have a great birthday.
Thank you, Pete.
Great
Thank
coming
you, sir.
year. Hearing nothing else, we're on number 7 to adjourn till August 12, 2025 at 2 p.m. here at the clubhouse. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Please.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll
There's a
second
second.
that motion, Mr.
Hearing
Chairman.
no discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Nikki, it's 3-0, and it's 2:10 PM. We are adjourned.
That was a quick meeting.